Good afternoon, all of you. If there has been some disruption in your normal activity, because as Vice President of the country, I take it as my prime obligation to be in connect with young minds and important institutions. It is from that perspective I solicited this invitation. I am grateful that it was accepted. Professor Anil Kumar Tripathi, Director ICER, a man who brings on the table huge experience, commitment, and in his brief address, he has revealed the object, the performance, and the potential. Professor Renu Vij, Vice Chancellor, Punjab University, has two distinctions. One, she is the first ever woman Vice Chancellor of the Punjab University, a very prestigious university. I am sure we can applaud her. And she is the 14th Vice Chancellor appointed by a Chancellor who happens to be the 14th Vice President of the country, that's myself. Both of us missed number 13 very narrowly. Professor R.P. Tiwari, Vice Chancellor, Central University of Punjab. Have you noticed something unique here? There are three vices. So, Professor Anil Kumar Tripathi can be happy and delighted. Unless he says that prefix of vice does not mean vice as it defined in the dictionary. I would not reflect upon myself, but I can assure you, Vice Chancellor Renu Vij and Vice Chancellor R.P. Tiwari have no vices. This is unique institution and 7 being in number. Having been Governor State of West Bengal for 3 years, I am aware of these institutions and the seminal role they play in evolution of Bharat. Every institution is defined by the faculty, and I greet members of the faculty who are very distinguished and are futuristic in their outlook, whatever little I have gathered. We as a nation can take pride that we have unparalleled legacy unknown to other nations. And our historical path, if we examine what it was 1400 centuries ago, different. That long. And if we traverse our civilizational journey of 5,000 years, we will find Bharat had been glory of the world, epicenter of knowledge and culture. People from all over the world flocked in pursuit of knowledge. That is your motto. What a motto you have picked up. Nalanda, Takshila, people came from all over the world in search of knowledge, shared knowledge and wisdom. We, at the moment, are at a very critical juncture. And I say so with some amount of nostalgia. I got into the seat of governance 35 years ago when I was elected to Parliament, Lok Sabha, and had the good fortune to be a minister. I know the situation then, the mood of the nation, our worrisome foreign exchange disturbed Jammu and Kashmir. I saw it all around. And our government didn't last long, not because of me. And what I see now, 180-degree difference. The nation has an environment of hope and possibility. Our global image is very high. Leadership of the Prime Minister is globally acknowledged. And we have traversed against heavy winds, difficult terrain, from fragile 5 economies to world's largest 5 economies at the moment, ahead of those who ruled us for centuries, the Great Britain. It is a matter of time that we'll be marching ahead of Japan and Germany also to the 3rd largest in about a year or so. Such a jump, when I was elected first in Parliament, I had no courage to dream. Then that was the time, young boys and girls, where a member of Parliament felt really an authority because he or she could give 50 gas connections or 50 telephone connections in a year. Imagine where we have come. In the shortest possible time, 550 million people of the country benefited from banking inclusions. They never had that account. Over 100 million people, because 100 million households have toilets, cooking gas in every house, electricity in every house, internet in every remote corner, health centers and education centers around, road connectivity, everything's happening. World-class infrastructure we are seeing of global benchmark. And therefore, as I said this morning also, no nation in the world has grown as fast in last 10 years as Bharat. This has created a challenge, and challenge of aspirational youth. They want more. They are entitled to more because they have tested development. They see it on the ground. They know that per capita internet consumption of India is more than that of US and China taken together. That speaks of our access of technology and adaptability of technology. When it comes to direct transfers, a service delivery driven by technology, our direct digital transactions are 4 times the combined transactions of USA, UK, France, and Germany. We are a nation where global entities, International Monetary Fund, World Bank are appreciating us. I recall my days. In 1990, as a minister, our gold had to be shipped in an aeroplane to be placed to 2 banks in Switzerland because our foreign exchange was around $1 billion US. Now it is 700 times. not a cause of concern. And therefore, the challenge is how do we meet aspirations of our young minds? And my message to young minds, seriously look around the opportunity basket, which for you is getting larger and larger by the day. Come out of the silos and grow that have defined jobs only with the government or working in a corporate. Startups, unicorns are doing wonders. Let me tell you, unicorns, IITs and IIMs have given these unicorns, but about 50% are from other institutes. I know the potential this country has because I have been to ISRO, seen for myself. I have seen emerging space economy. There I came to learn for the first time when our rocket had to be put in space. It was not from Indian soil. And now we put rockets of other countries, USA also, developed countries also, Singapore also, from our and make money. Good value for money. Chandrayaan, Gaganyaan, they are defining us. I had the good occasion to have discussion with S. Somnathan, ISRO chairman, he was till recently, V. Narayanan. Their fire, their zeal, their commitment, very different. In Bangalore, Govindan Rangarajan, Indian Institute of Science, and Dr. Clay Selvi, I had the occasion to see personally what kind of innovations are being done for larger public welfare by Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. I say so because a country's reputation, image, power is to be defined by research. Research is the bedrock of economic supremacy and global distinction. There was a time when we did not bestow attention on research and we thought somebody will give us with a prize. And that someone will decide how much to give, on what terms to give. But now we have changed the gear, the group. Nations that lead in research have global respect in economy, in strategy, and countries depend on them. Just imagine how far we have gone when it comes to meteorological predictions. We are one of the best in the world. As Governor State of West Bengal, and the state is prone to cyclones, super cyclones. There was no mortality on high seas. The prediction was very accurate. Scientific prowess defines strategic prowess. Conventional wars are gone. And we have ancient legacy of having been researchers, discoverers, giving to the world right from zero in arithmetic or mathematics. Aryabhatta, Brahmagupta laid foundations of global mathematics. Our scientific pantheon, Raman, known by Raman effect, Baba, Bose, Sarabhai, Chandrasekhar, Shah, Bhatnagar, and our former president, Abdul Kalam. They define India's research mind, orientation. They exemplified commitment to research. And look at those days. We were in colonial shackles. Raman effect discovered against colonial skepticism. It stands as a testament to our Indian scientific brilliance. Cutting edge research is demand of the times. And the research has to correlate to fulfill needs of the society. A research that is to be put on the shelf, a research that is for the self, a research that embellishes the profile, a research that contributes only to credentials is not the research. A research that only scratches the surface is not the research. The research has to be authentic. The research must create a wave. It must have positive cascading impact on the lives of the people. Industries, business, trade and commerce are driven by research. At the moment, boys and girls, we are living in times we never imagined. You are facing those times as much as I am doing. We call them artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, blockchain, machine learning, and the kind. Blockchain, for some may be blockchain. Machine learning may be machine learning only. But look at the power these technologies have. And these technologies are known as disruptive technologies. But these technologies come with enormous challenges that can uproot us. But they come also with a basket of opportunities. And we must focus on unleashing opportunity out of these disruptive technologies. Our research has to come up to that mark. It is our good fortune that the government is alive to the situation. And we as a nation, home to 1/6 of humanity, are at the moment in countries that are in single digit, focusing on these technologies. Single digit. Our quantum computing. There's a reflection by the director. Green energy, we have green hydrogen mission. About 6 lakh or 8 lakh jobs will be created out of investment of 6 lakh crores. Quantum computing, there is a allocation of 6,000 crores and 18,000 crores for green hydrogen mission. These are the opportunities for you people. Space economy, blue economy. These are the opportunities for you. And therefore, research has to facilitate life of the ordinary person, to improve our industry, our administration. A nation of 1.4 billion and a rich human resource unrivaled in the world, if it is catalyzed and activated by temperament of research, the results will be exponential, geometric and revolutionary. Because now Bharat is no longer a nation with a potential. Our rise is unstoppable for the last few years. It is incremental. And therefore, there has to be a greater commitment that research in the country is in the big league, the platinum category. And for that, the faculty has to brainstorm, self-audit. We cannot have satisfying moments. As reflected by a Greek philosopher much before Socrates' era, Heraclitus. Change is the only constant. Boys and girls, now we are having change every moment. Paradigm shift. We are virtually at an industrial revolution, unknown to the humanity before. And if nations have to go ahead of others, we have to focus on research. Workforce, rich, the world envisages. There was a time in Silicon Valley and otherwise we could hardly see an Indian. And there is now hardly a global corporate that doesn't have an Indian man or woman at the peak. Our demographic dividend now requires universal STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. And that is why, after more than 3 decades, a game-changing education policy was introduced. And that was to give you enough room so that you can go after your aptitude and distance from the package of just degrees. I will take the occasion to appeal to corporates. They must come forward to drive the engines of research, liberally contribute because ultimately they are the beneficiaries. Alongside the government, they should be making liberal contributions beyond their CSR funds. If you look at the global corporates, how much they invest in research, you'll be surprised. We take pride in last 5 years. We have increased our research fiscal commitment in the corporates to 50% above. From 0.89% of their revenue to 1.32% of the revenue. I find it awful deficient. Investment has to be many times more. We take pride also because earlier the things were not moving. Now things are moving. When things are moving, we notice a change. Patents have nearly more than doubled in last 10 years. But our patents must be in consonance with our demographic participation in the world. 1/6 we must have, because we are 1/6 of humanity. And this 1/6 of humanity qualitatively is very different than 1/6. And therefore, taking note of technology access and adaptability, we need to be in optimal performance mindset. Imagine a country where 100 million farmers 3 times a year get direct banking transfers. Young boys and girls who are not aware, there was a time when corruption was the password for opportunity, recruitment, or business license. Power corridors were leveraged and operated by people known as liaison agents. All this neutralized. And neutralized also through technology applications. Because middleman has been shown the door. So when I look at your institute director, science, education, and research, the triangle, This defines your role, pursuit of knowledge. It starts with education, because education as a transformative vehicle is very powerful. It brings about equality. Any one of you can have unicorn and be in the big league of industry. You don't have to look to the situation that yes, my father was industry, my grandfather was, but that's gone. We're being defined by technology. That's the scene we are facing. So education. In education, science is important, because science unfolds your mind to generate creativity, innovation. And then the next step is research. A combination of these will unlock the enormous potential of Indian mind, will make available avenues and vistas to our population. Every nation hopes to be self-reliant, but we as a nation are very large, complex on occasions. And when the nation is growing so fast, some of us, number is very small. The attraction is large. Put personal interest, commercial interest, political interest above national interest. This can't be allowed. This is unfair to boys and girls. This is unfair to everyone, because if in our democracy there is someone as a class more serious, significant stakeholder in democracy and growth than any one of us sitting here, is the youth of the country. Because as we march for Viksit Bharat 2047, if not earlier, you are the driving force behind engines of growth. And therefore, we have to give new dimension now. Our policies are in place. Make in India, Startup India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. And look at, technology has to get into healthcare. Technology has to get into education. Technology can catalyze that quality health and quality education is available to one and all. And if that happens, Bharat will be what it has been for centuries. Our lean period started in 12th century, when marauders came, invaders came, recklessly destroyed our culture. They sacrileged our religious places to an extent that put their own at the same place. Then came the Britishers, who did not give us the education to rule ourselves. They gave us education and taught us history as suited to them. Now things are changed. We are much ahead of UK in economy. We have best of institutions now all over the country. IITs, IIMs, Institutes of Excellence like yours. And therefore, we must have this ecosystem with ears and eyes on the ground. The litmus test. Are we changing life of the ordinary man? We all stand committed to that, because that is our preamble. We, the people of India, want these things. I conclude, for time constraint, what Vivekananda said: arise, awake, stop not till the goal is achieved, a motto which you must have. From my side, I can give it to you. Have no tension. Have no stress. Never fear failure. Failure is natural. Sometimes you'll be surprised. Oh, he has succeeded, he has not succeeded. He should not have succeeded. Take it in stride. System is transparent. There will be aberrations. Sometimes you'll find, oh, my own success is unjustified. These are situations natural to us. And then Dr. Kalam, whose heart always was in education. I recollect when he met his maker. He was with the students in the Northeast. And what he said, I quote, dreams transform into thoughts, and thoughts result in action and good. And therefore, my ultimate plea with you, if an idea occurs to you, don't allow your mind to be a parking ground for that idea because you fear you may fail. Get rid of it. Failure is a myth because there is no one who has not failed, but they never took failure as failure. Chandrayaan 2, for some who are critics, who are recipe for negativity, Chandrayaan 2 failed. It did not. It went that far. And Chandrayaan 3 did the rest. Let your innovations catalyze India's scientific renaissance and advance human progress, because we are a country that believes in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. One earth, one family, one future. That was our motto to the entire world. Once again, I am grateful to the director for making available this opportunity to me at a very short notice. I understand there has been some inconvenience. I would urge you to overlook it. Thank you so much.